is day 1236 Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. This week's Arukh HaShulchan Yomi is being learned with Schus, the Amayoshe B'Tzion, in its war against the terrorists of Gaza. Today we're doing Yeridei Simon Kupe Zayin Sif Mem Vav Tu Nen and Vav Tu Nen Dalet. And of course it's Mustache, Michigan. One Vav. Isa B'Gemara Sham says the Gemara there. Yesh Lamaka, but some Malcolm, she has a wound in that place. Tell Makosa, she can assume it comes to the blood comes to the Makam Kulibim Dam, Makosa Mashuna, Midam Yasa. If the blood of her Mako is different than the blood of her normal cycle, ain't told she can't assume that it's from the Mako. But then Menasi Shalomar Maka Yeshim Makor, when it's believed to say, I have a wound in the uterus, Shemena Adam Yotzer, from which the blood comes out. Yechmin is a machlekes ben Rabbi Sen Rishon Makronim. It's big machlekes here. When Bezeshamu tell the Makosa that they said that she consumes from the Mako. Being a dafka, she's vada shemaka zuma to yadam. If we need to know that this Mako itself is bleeding, or if it was stomach, or when it was stomach to yadam, or if we know there's a Mako, do we say, well, we assume that it's bleeding, but we assume that that's the cause. Shan Ram to Shanachem collection shots, but Sasum the name Ayin Sham. They don't clarify what they mean. It sounds like they don't require us to know with certainty that the wound is producing blood. Mem Zayin, from elsewhere, it seems that we can learn out. Ram requires her to know that it's producing blood. As brings the chumas which we have in our day and age, and the halachas which have not changed in our day and age, because the Yagim writes as follows. So Shona, if there was a wound within her body, and blood was dripping from it, blood came with the urine, I raised the Torah, she's Torah, whatever that means there. The Chule Arkan Shona. Klomar, meaning, since to those who hold that of the ancient source, so that we should not say woman's Torah because we can make it totally anamaka of zelga. That's Raman. That's what's been reading Ramban, which because of Shama goes, my money is the zelkas around. They don't care. Ram says not that way. Even in our day and age, we rely on the svar of a wound. However, he did write explicitly, Adam shows this manner that the blood was gushing from it. Mem ches. B'zel das sefer truma b'goyes b'manios v'shamos ches v'zukasab b'zel shona the goes b'manios writes of sefer truma kasab. According to sefer truma, it says the isha sheish l'maka, but the maka woman has a wound in that place when yodah in the genitals. When yodah motzi adam aloy doesn't produce blood or not. Ain't to the maka. We don't assume it's the maka. Time we learn that man it's chuli masha dafka kshiyodah sheyotzim madam maka tola. Sounds like specifically when she knows that the blood is coming from the Mako, then she can assume it comes from the Mako. I'm Safik love, she's not sure, ain't told, she can't make that assumption. Mordechai writes as follows: woman's believed to say, I have a wound in that place. Shemana yoytze down from which blood comes out. The Afka shul da shul tzir adam in a Mako. Specifically when she knows that the blood is coming out of the Mako. Tola, but they can assume that that's the case. Suffolk ain't but if it's a case of doubt, she can't assume that the blood comes from Maka. But deep to come, there are inferences, meaning Messiah Mashash, the Gemara concludes, Maka Yeshu Makos Shemi Men Hadam Yotze. I have a wound in the uterus from which the blood is coming out. Mashmahedi sounds pretty explicit. That she has to know that blood is actually being issued by the Maka. But I forgot the ratio mistam, even the ratio says it generically. She has a mako, she assumes it's from the mako without specifying. Ain't I'm saying mena dam it doesn't include that blood has to be coming out. But Epshalom the Samech HaSefer could be something on the Sefer where it seems to indicate that that's the case. For Epshalom so it's possible the ratio appears mako. Ratio about where other people see the mako. We made a came so since they see it, they see, they can estimate, they can evaluate that's suitable to produce blood. Such if it's very red, and there's red pus. But I will say for the end, she when she says she has mark in such a place, that place. He ain't be called to the rosa LMP mishmush there. She can't see herself. She has to feel it. So therefore she has no clarity that that blood is coming out of it. It came when she goes to Barka, mamish, such as where she was able to stick a cloth in high enough to find the place where the makkah is. Most of the time she finds blood. Osha bets bomb. Most of the time with her fingers she found blood. When she played to touch the place with the womb. The Tosefta, however, does not conclude that the makkah from which the blood is coming. Right, Trump. Shas bar came every time she's bar, but the Gemara seems to make it pretty explicit. Memphis, Abarash Mazal Batorsa by Shark Sami, because of that, Rashba is the opposite. So that's what he writes. Mr. But if you in my mamish, Shadam shows here Maka, even if she doesn't truly actually feel that the blood is flowing down from the Maka. Chara ain't a now bein Makosa. So not amongst the Maka. She's not looking down there. Because she only know if it's actually bleeding through by doing the tampon test. Then it seems quite clear that if a woman knows that she is seeing on account of a makkah, she doesn't need the tampon bika. The title of how someone says there, "Menasi shlomar makkah yeshla." Woman's believed to say she's a makkah shemen adam sheisir, which the blood is gushing down. Ama min aslami to makkah. See, by default, she's allowed to assume it's from the makkah. That which it says she's believed, that the blood is coming out of the makkah. Not in terms of the blood coming down. Shamar, in relation to what it said, that if she has a wound, she can assume it's the wound. We don't know with certainty. Here it's Mama Geshes by Mako, she herself feels the Mako. We don't have to know with certainty. She has to say that she feels it. For them, Yeshla. So I'm saying, Mako Yeshla, she Yesham Dam. She's what he does say, she has a Mako with blood. So Mako, she can assume then it's a kind of a Mako. Shani Omer, I say, Mimeno Hadam shows from it the blood was gushing down. Tosefta, but Sassi did apply the Tosefta. Yichuli. Ad Kamasono. End quote from the Rashba. Nun, Be'ena Muva, it's not clear. Mash Kosa, but that what she wrote. Div Shaleda, because she can't know unless she does the tampon check. After Ein Bichotel, look at at least can't she check with a finger or with a cloth? Liga Mokamamaka to touch place with wounds, leaders, Yeshua Sevadam, and see if it has a bloody color. Lucky color means to say, Div Shala, it got a little bit she only know by checking. Bossa Masha, they know to cloud. There it sounds like it doesn't need to be at all. You don't have the town of Farish. The teller on map and she team talk. She only can go soon as she checks. Possession only because show Ferris. Had you mentioned for Ferris? She's like, Mario, because show Ferris because Mario talks about the tube check. Ali Kamaraso, but it really means to say the game, the blow the give Shaladas says that because she can't check. She can't know, so there she has to do some sort of deal. Some master saying to Shum Dika. That's elsewhere it sounds like he doesn't require Bika at all. Kenny rarely says Chashul in brackets. That's what it seems to me. No, everybody says come by share to appear to be a Rashba Komochibiano. Everybody explains that, like the Rashi explained this feeling, the Mistama Toli Maka, that we can by default assume that the Maka is producing blood. Af im ein oni yodim, cloud im makasum tzidam, even though we don't know if this wound is producing blood altogether. The Mistama Kol Maka Motzidam, because we assume by default every Maka bleeds. Yesh Magdalene showing there's the great sources who say the Gamrash will go Raksha Ena Tzrichel Das Sha'atah. You'll take that man Maka. She doesn't have to know that now blood's coming from the Maka. But she has to know that this Maka does produce blood. That's a Shach and Chach and Tzvi. Because Kam Gdolim She'eno Kim come on as a Rashba. Several Gdolim that's not the shot in the Rashba. Long brackets here. V'ikar Kushas Chacham Tzim Mishnah Darod V'Ksamim. Kushas is from the Mishnah in Brachis about. No, it's Nida. This one's Nida. B'Ksamim. Tell me, Rabbi Kiva Stakus Ebzeh Amash Hoda Rabbi Kiva in Bichol Liz Galea. Which Rabbi Kiva talks about, where it scabs over. Kosh came Bedam and Lady Behuda Simon Memav because the lace nagar there Pekanei nobody can answer that question. Ain't a Kushkatz not difficult at all. Doesn't find his Rabba Mako. The Mako was healed but la kruma that has a scab. Kain sham. Kain ksav grace. The place asif kadnei. But such Rash Batso Biar Kain sham mekayim. Rash himself says that previously in the cited spot, so shonli and ksam is what it says in terms of stains. If she has a mako which can scab over and produce blood, even though now it has a membrane over it, doesn't drip, we can rely on it in the past. So it came from Rabbi Akiva of a similar situation. Those who asked on this far. We make all together. We don't know the makos boosting blood. The tarchul the fake seiko. So they try to make a fake seiko. Bikshwal zet. There are playing like a fake seiko. They asked him many times there isn't a fake seiko. But Richo said it's spent a lot of time this. Fiani is daiti. Ain't tzarich. It's that club. We don't need this at all. Ikareteru. Bitam shkosar bein b'yisoisli in b'dika shvaferis. The main reason we're not there is like what the base says in terms of the tampon check. So some call tikazumi tam rov nashim and rose damak was tashmish. Some seems left out. They rely on this because most women don't see blood on account of tashmish. Even though there's a deficit in front of us, I don't know, but Steve Clopay didn't lose some morale, but we already said the radio so does not absolutely does not in any way impact on her being part of the rope. When there's mako, you should also raise a mako. We could assume that the reyoso comes to the mako. Pshita sheyesh leilech acharov. It's obviously we might go after the rope. For lomar and to say the rio mako is mako, that the rio, which is usually not on account of nida, must be because of the mako. Pshita, would you say? Lomar then was like now. Just to the buzz zabin on top name behind. If a wolf came, and took the intestines of an animal you just slaughtered. And then later on he found many holes, which would make a treifa. So later on we say that the holes are made by the wolf. Because we can make link the two things together. But here too, this is the same thing. The linkage is key. It says brackets v'gam sharash matir gam b'shas vesta kambur b'toras sabais. Even though Rashi was matir even b'shas vesta. Yeshua is feeling the can vestas rabbanon. It could be because he was vestas rabbanon, but tam yeshua malitlos, and there's something to which to link the blood. So therefore, make assume she's Torah. Ma'ayin shom because of Cain. See there we wrote it. I don't know Kaimelan because Zechariah when she's bar. We don't know the Rashi, but as we shall see, not today. But Rashi in the primary local Rashi was not difficult at all. But Cain tried to took him Shuvas to any other question having Shuvas we resolved according to that which we said. No gimel yeshu till my those want to say the vadai lina shalola so bala in terms of preventing her being her also to her husband. You don't have to know that it's bleeding. But to be matar, the woman that you should have to give a kim on account of this blood. Being a dafli dashimakosa the shimakosa motiadam. Yeah, I think it's sorry about. I'm not sure. It's not really the same thing. It's sorry about 40 days for boys, the 66 days, the 80 days for a girl. It's basically Prime Minister Yutaro. But Svargdali, this is a very big Svargdali. But Asi Shapel Shas. This is the language where it's out well. Should be Koina Mastam to the Makosa. Initially, it said we're toiling the Mako. She's believed to say that the blood came out of this wound, from which blood bleeds. The first part is that she shouldn't be considered Machos Tashish because it came at the time of Vesis. And then it comes to discuss about the tara of the dam itself when it's done with stomach. For Eli, it seems to be going to ask the Rambam Kain who the so has been in Rambam. It came so packed out that Myra Lina Roa Machos Tashish was talking about this case. This woman who sees a Gandashish Kosov Stein wrote generically. Tell her Makosa, she can rely on her Maka. A Perkut Al, because Kosa is a Torah, and Pergab said she's Torah. It's when she had Dam Adam shows seis mimena. Okay, I guess you only be told in the makkah if there's blood dripping from it. He brings down in the brackets here that the shachro the svara be svara barura. Yeah. Dundal v'nei Rabbi Rama Yechriya, the Rama made a determination. Machlekes said this. Machlekes said v'zel shor kol zeh b'isha sheyesh lo best kol so that a woman has a regular cycle. As claim with lo shlo b'shas best makosa, then if it's not a time best, we consume it for a makah. Al pishen yodas b'vadai, even though she doesn't know for sure shemakosa motzi adam, we can still be toilet. V'chein im ein lo best kol so that she doesn't have a set cycle. V'hu sofek im adam b'am yokar min atzayim. You don't know if the blood came from the cervix, which is tame, or from the sides, which is tor. Something about makah because it's fake cycle. We say it's from the makah because it's fake cycle. Sofek min atzayim min amakar. The Safek maybe it came from the side, in which case it's not a problem whatsoever. And even found from the, or maybe it came from the car, but even if it came from the car, so Vintim Tzilomar, Mina Makor, Shemu Mako. And it was from the Makor, I could say it's a Mako. Avim Dua Shabbat, Mina Makor, we know came from the, from inside. Apishesh Lamaka Makor, even though she has a Mako inside, ain't Mako, you can't assume it's the Mako. Im ein la veskavul, unless she has a veskavul, which would mean that the makkah is the makkah. Ella in kein yodas v'day shemakosim motzi adam, unless she knows that the makkah is actually producing blood. Mikoko never has b'shas vesta at the time of vestas or melamed lam yom, or every owner penis for 33 days. Ain't until makosa she can't assume it's to her makkah. The located low to time because she never come to me. Samim told that ba b'chol inyan. And another point is that samim. She has to assume that it's we don't we have to assume that by suffix it belongs to I don't know what I was about to say. I don't know, I guess if you don't know there's a mark or not, you don't care. And if you have a remote possibility toilet, like some Rabbanon, we are a toilet.